everybody! Welcome to War of the Realms, session 22, I think? 20, yeah, hey, nailed it again, waka waka. Sorry, I don't know why I'm being weird today. It's been a weird day, but hello everyone! Thank you for coming and hanging out with us for another lovely Sunday edition of improv storytelling. The lovely Chelsea Bites, once again, could not make it to this session. We wish them well, have a good time doing what you're doing, and we hopefully see them back on the next session. But we've got a lot of fun things to get to today, everybody. There is an aboleth to take care of, so grab your favorite drinks, grab your favorite sets of freaking dice, and let us start today's session of War of the Realms. So, last we left off, Crystal Vanguard fighting in an illegal fight pit out in the forested area outside of Epic Mage City. Went a lot of interesting ways. First you fought some displacer beasts, then you fought some giant scorpions that almost ripped Chelsea in half before you were able to take care of them, Chelsea getting the final blow and becoming known as the Scorpion Rider throughout the arena, which then took you into your final fight with the champion, which coming out from the holding cells underneath the fighting pit turned out to be, at first, a little tiny Harangon that transformed into a massive werebear monster, and fight was on, and it went as well as you could have expected. This humongous Herculean druid rabbit really gave you a run for your money at times. There were many saving throws that were passed over and over and over again. But eventually you did take down our beefy bunny boy. But a couple of you almost went down. There were a few tricks within the fighting pit itself. A couple assassin vines that were conjured holding Torben in place. A couple mushroom elements that were cleverly passed by and dodged out of the way. But a couple of stunning strikes and furious blows from Torben's hammer later, the champion Brindlefoot was defeated, claiming a new group of champions for the Worm's Den to uphold. But the celebration was short-lived as Grimthorn, the orc that kind of ran this illegal operation, suddenly cut short from the victory speech as an assemblance of druids suddenly showed up, transporting out of the trunks of nearby trees the circle of verdant guardians, led by what did the note say? Led by Elder Thornshade, stepped forward, pretty much denouncing this event, calling out Grimthorn for his heinous acts against nature and the denizens of the Mystic Grove Forest. Said it right. Sorry, everyone who's heard me say it wrong.
I'm so proud of you.
Fucking Jesus Christ, it's hard out here. But the crimes against the denizens of the Mystic Grove Forest, having manipulated the minds of creatures, animals, insects to fight in these pits, called them out. And you had words with this entity, convinced them that you weren't a part of what was going on, and in true Hermetha fashion, tattled and called the cops on them with the Citadel badges that you had gotten from the Spellblade guards. I called in reinforcements to deal with this event. The circle of Verdant Guardians kind of got the last word and took away Grimthorn and some of his minions back to the Feywild, as you can kind of assume. You had some words with their leader, him kind of giving ominous warnings of sorts that some crazy shit's about to go down. The winds are changing, spooky things are coming out of the shadows. And you made a sort of ally, saying that if you ever needed their services or wanted to combine forces, that you'd be able to contact them. But you left promptly as the sirens of the Spellblade Guards of the Ash Citadel came swooping in as the Circle of Verdant Guardians went back, transported through the trees, capturing most of the people in charge of this operation, leaving all of the other degenerate gamblers and spectators scrambling around as a massive raid took hold, and you were able to get out of there before the brunt of it went down, escaping into the rest of the Mystic Grove Forest, finding a place to camp for the night, finally getting your long rest after a very heavy couple days of fighting mimic monsters and going directly into a gladiator fight. We start today's session of War in the Realms. Early in the morning, waking up, the trees above you, birds chirping. Crystal Vanguard, what would you like to do?
Got a bunch of money now.
We do. With one more quest before we have to meet the Yellow King. And that is the beast in question for Isolde, right?
Yes, and she gave us, I remember, some potions. So there was 3 that she gave us. One was advantage on a save against the creature. I'm assuming once we drink it, we'll know. 1 to cure the disease put upon us by the creature, and 1 that'll give us advantage on the charm effect. Should I know she just like holds them out. Do you guys kind of each just want to like take one?
Smart. If one person holds them, I mean, I guess that's improving the risk of losing them all. Good idea. I'll take one. Whichever works. I don't know who to hold what, but I'll take one.
I do think if I get charmed by this creature, it may have a devastating effect in our group.
Okay, so maybe have
I
that
should
one.
grab that one.
Nightmare.
Okay.
As the DM grins.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think really the other 2, it's probably pretty 50-50 between Louis and Rala.
Louis. I'll take whatever, Clara.
Okay. I will give you the 1 to cure the disease.
All right.
And then Rala will get the 1 for the advantage on whatever save needs to be made. Oh, and then, she told us not to let it touch us at all.
How are we supposed to fight it?
Try and not let it touch, but we'll do what we can.
All right.
Oh, I think you're muted. Oh, now you're muted.
Double muted.
Oh, no.
So what are you saying?
Clara's voice has gone.
Clara, speak to
Can you
us.
hear me now?
Oh,
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, sorry. I and this guy told me I was being quiet, so I was trying to fix it, and I fucked it up. Let me keep working on it. What was I saying? I don't know. Keep going.
We can't be touched by the beast. I'm currently trying to figure out how in the hell we're supposed to fight this thing.
Try and not let
use
it
our
touch
weapons.
us. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Don't grapple the beast. All right. I'll try to rework that programming in my brain.
Don't crack the beacon before you've gotten to the fight, Tolbin. There's my one Chelsea impression for the session.
Do we remember how much or how long this lasts for? That's the other thing I don't remember.
The
They didn't say.
potions.
A lot of potions have for an hour
I think
for
Isolde was being
duration.
pretty vague on the entire thing, unfortunately.
I think once we feel like we're close, don't drink the disease one because you might need that one if someone gets infected. I should drink the one right before we go in, for sure.
Okay.
But
And
yeah,
don't get
wanna be
charmed.
too hasty. Don't get charmed.
Please.
Easy peasy.
Does anyone know what this is, by the way?
Did we roll for that already, or?
So I think when you were talking to Isolde,
Described it, I think.
she described what it is and that it's an old aberration. Some of these things have lived eons before the gods even were around. They're a very, very old, ancient creature. And that she kind of gave you some descriptions of what to look out for, and that she wanted to extract certain information from its brain, from its memory.
Right.
It was very valuable to them. And yeah, so
Okay.
that's kind of all of it.
She also said that it was underwater.
In watery environments.
So I think it would be best if we just take 10 minutes before we head out, and I can fix that for all of us. And I'm gonna cast water breathing as a ritual.
Okay.
It lasts 24 hours. And I can get all of us. And because I'm casting it as a ritual, I don't need to spend a spell slot. And then I would also, just at second level, like to cast Aid at the very end of that. So for the three of you, I'll leave myself out of it because I feel like you guys will be in the fray a lot more than me. Each of you will get an additional 5 right now to your hit point maximum, and your current hit points increases by 5, and that'll last for 8 hours. So it's not much, but it's just like a little baby bump to your hit points.
So we're supposed to fight this thing, maybe, underwater.
Yeah.
Don't touch it.
Yeah.
And kill it in the water.
Yeah, and then bring back the head and get 4,000 gold.
There we go. Now, I want to apologize to all of you. Sometimes my decisions, well-intentioned, do have a negative side effect, or turn out not the way that I want to. So I just want to make sure that we're okay. I know the fighting pits was kind of my idea rushing into it. Is everyone all right?
I'm okay. We've gotten in with some pretty important people right now, and I think for better or for worse, we've landed in a fortunate spot. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Okay.
I
We're
also
all
think
okay?
that you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. I mean, yeah, maybe you were the one that first suggested it, but we're all in it together, and I don't think any of us blames you. We couldn't have known, and that's why we're a team. We support
And
you.
we trust you.
Yeah.
I think we all wanted to hit something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna ask you though, Torby, are you okay? You seemed pretty intense.
Well, I don't like being reminded of mistakes. And when we talked to Isolde, it just brought up kind of the whole reason why I'm out here and the whole reason why I'm looking for my friend. And what happened to him was, again, a well-intentioned decision on my behalf, and it ended up crippling him for life until I made another decision to help that ailment how I could. And I brashly made a deal with what I think to be the god Loki, didn't know it was him at the time. And he took away Taylor's pain in exchange for servitude that I was unaware of, because I was rash. Just wanted to fix the problem rather than thinking of what would come of it. So he's lost to himself in that servitude and that new invigorated power that he had. He slowly lost himself to that addiction to power and the person feeding that addiction, and he changed into someone I couldn't recognize. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm out here. I'm looking to save him or free him from this in some way that I can, because it's my fault.
But Torby, it's not your fault. I mean, this is how the gods get us. They don't give us all the information, and it's not your fault for being tricked by a being that is thousands and thousands and thousands of years, and probably that much smarter than you too.
Yeah, I'm not very smart.
No, I just meant he's been around for a really long time.
Yeah, I suppose. I just, don't like being reminded of my failings. And I feel like I failed my friends, so I just don't want to fail you guys.
It's you're not by yourself as well, Torben. You know, it's when that day comes, we'll be there. We'll be there.
I also don't think that you failed. You're here trying to find him, and that's
right.
The only thing that would make you fail is if you gave up.
And you're still out here.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
That's right.
And then you'll see him rub his arm, and when I knew that he was truly gone was when I told you about how I got my name Wolfguard, right? I defeated of dire wolves, and the biggest one as I came up in was battling it back and forth. At one point it had gripped my forearm, and at that moment I looked into his eyes and I saw my friend's eyes. I saw Taylor's eyes, the vivid green as they reflected back in me, and for a second I saw human inside, but then it was quickly replaced by that ravenous addiction for power, and I had to knock him away, and he ran into the distance, and I wasn't able to track him, and I've been tracking him ever since. And whatever reason, our paths have been intertwined, and it seems like we are headed towards this in the same direction, and I feel like it all means something, because his name was at Zorzula's Rest on one of the markings of where they, I can't remember exactly which one it was, but he was there, and as we looked into the shard of 2 days ago, that wolf that was in the background, that was Taylor in his wolven form.
It's strange. I remember the markings back in Zorzula's Rest as well, and those goblins, they had where I'm from, what I used to call home, marked as well, and I, for whatever mistake, whether you call it the gods or fate, it was something, and I think we should chase it as far as we can, and the next step is going to be this thing, whether or not we have to go underwater or not. Just deep squint into space. Don't like water. Don't like water at all.
So I feel like we need to make our way back to the Citadel.
Aye. All right,
Okay.
so we need,
Both
Whenever
of
you're ready
you,
to go.
really.
Well, I hit stuff too, and it's been done. I'm ready to go whenever.
Okay.
Paula, are you okay?
Oh, we're good. I got to hit things. I'm good.
All right. I'm glad we all have similar coping mechanisms. I'm ready to head out if you guys are. I sheath my mace, my shield, and I'm ready to go off.
Claire
Rawls
picks
gonna
up her
fold
basket of
up
mushrooms.
Rawls gonna fold up her last cloak and put it in the bag and just like, I'm not sacrificing this one. I'm not going on the water with it. No.
Okay. So having that conversation, the last of the campfire kind of smoking into the air, stomping out the ashes, wrapping up the packs and the bedrolls. Get ready to set back into the Astral Citadel. Pretty early in the morning, probably looking like 8, 9 o'clock. Again, fairly good weather all around you. Start to try to remember the trails that you came in here from Lithandra, who's not with you, by the way. Lithandra, during all of the commotion, seemingly, it was just a lot. You're not really sure where they went during all of this. At a certain point, they were with you, and then once you kind of went into the fighting pit, you just haven't seen them since. And then when all the commotion started coming down, Spellblade guards started showing up, you just bolted and just didn't see them around. But eventually, you're able to get back onto the beaten path that you came from, and you do see the bridge that you came through out of the Astral Citadel. The spiked spires and cosmology of the city still bustling more than ever. But then you do remember where Solde kind of showed you where this waterfall was. And as you kind of look at the city from the outside looking in, you can see all the various land masses are kind of floating above water, some that are separated on their own little islands with those bridges that we talked about. And around the area that they pointed to, you do see some of the water just kind of like falls off some of the land mass. And you kind of remember the area that she pointed to. You can kind of see it from where you are. It's still pretty far off. But there are, underneath the massive rock that holds this little magical city together, you can see little caverns and holes underneath that usually would be pretty, well patrolled and things like that. But for some reason, a little bit on the quiet side right now, which is the time that she said was a good time to go in there. So it's up to you as you kind of approach the bridge, whether you want to just head straight over there, try to go in there a little bit unnoticed where it's a bit busy during the day, or kind of wait till night times come down. We won't have to, role play out the hours missed or anything. We can kind of say just cut to it being sunset or nighttime where it's a little bit less busy, but it's totally up to you.
I think that's okay.
I think that's all right. We're just gonna be wary because we are running out of time for. Eventually, we probably have to meet up with the old Yellow King. But
if the guards might be a little still busy arresting people or
putting them through the process.
Putting the stockades, like however many they got during that raid that was triggered by Hermitha.
Okay. So, as you go...
Sorry, just as a... Clara's asking, like, hey, who has what? At some point, I just want to ask the rest of the party, we had gotten 2 gold-flecked potions, which I suspect were potions of haste. I don't know that they were ever confirmed. Does anybody have those in their inventory, or do we remember these? Am I just crazy?
I don't think so. Let me check. I will check. I have 1 potion of speed.
There you go.
Did somebody else get one? Did Rala drink? Did you drink yours during the Woodrow fight?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
So
no,
we got
that's
one.
good. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, okay. I've got one as well. I totally forgot about it.
Thank you. That's all I needed.
Yeah, where rage.
Yeah, they use the haste potion as they beat the ever-living crap out of Woodrow trying to escape and just extra actions and all of it. So, yes, so that one would have been used. All right.
Cool.
So, going across the bridge into the Astral Citadel. Again, Spellblade guards helming their watch on both sides, able to flash those honorary badges. get past them, go into the city, and still bustling more than ever. Lots of various people going to and fro. Still the start of the day, so it's only going to get more lively as time goes on. But skiffs are flying, keeping an eye on everyone. As you go through the main part of the city, you do see a couple of familiar faces from the fight kind of being held by iron clasps and things from the guards as they're being taken, from various places for questioning and things like that. But you start to make your way. Or did you want to wait till night? Because this will kind of affect the meeting. So did you want to go later in the day or go straight there? Just want to confirm.
I think we were waiting for nightfall, right, guys? Okay.
Sweet.
I believe so.
Okay. So kind of keep yourselves busy during the day, maybe get drink at a local tavern, or just start to plot about what you're going to do when you meet the Yellow King, going over your inventory, waiting for the right time to strike. So you wait as we'll say the time lapse of the sun kind of going over the city, kind of like an HBO time lapse of like a crime show, where like the city now becomes lit up from all the arcane lights that it emanates in this part of the world. Sun's going down over the horizon as the water starts to become calm and still. You start to make your way over to that district. You do see a few Spellblade guards here and there. It does seem to get a bit more sparse, as this is definitely a more quieter part of the cosmopolitan area. How are you going into this section? Are we stealthing? Are we just kind of Assassin's Creed going with a crowd of people trying to get closer? What are you guys doing?
Stealth?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me those stealth checks.
Ooh. 18 plus 23.
Ooh.
All right, I got chainmail on, so
18 plus 7, 26.
Nice.
My tripping balls.
this is so sad. I got a nat 20 for it, but I have disadvantage on stealth because I'm wearing
No!
Oh!
Heavy armor.
Let's see.
I rolled a 7.
It's 12. It could be a lot worse.
We're above average, kind of.
Okay. And Hermitha.
Right.
Hermitha is with you. We worked it out. We found some stats so that you would have your cleric with you. I just had the stat. They rolled
over both of us.
they rolled a 13. So going pretty much unnoticed. A couple of you. It's where Clara goes anywhere with that rainbow plumage. It's a bit hard to stay under the radar. A couple times, Lewin, you're talking to your companions here and just being like, "I hate water." And you're just slowly going more and more, sort of off the beaten path as the city streets kind of wind, and the area seems a bit more docile. You're going into more homes. Away from the shops and the busyness, this seems to be more of a residential area. More of like mid-range income kind of area. But as you kind of go off the streets, you do see a few Spellblade guard captains, or Spellblade guards, I should say, walking in pairs, just kind of going up and down the city. A skiff kind of goes down overhead. And you kind of see where the path's kind of winding in sort of a main street sort of area. You can see that it kind of goes off to the larger land mass before it kind of plummets down. And you can sort of hear the rushing of the water of as the sort of a Venice style of city, as the landmass that the buildings are all on kind of stop, and then it's water for a little bit, and then kind of falls off the edge. You're pretty much in the area near where Isolde kind of pointed to on a map. You can kind of hear running water nearby. So as you're kind of looking the main street, you kind of look off past a couple buildings, you see the large body of water, and then the water kind of falling off. Guards aren't really noticing you. No, everyone's kind of quiet, kind of either going off to evening activities or staying in their homes as you see people kind of shutting blinds, having dinners inside their homes. How do you want to approach this outer sort of waterfall landing? Did you want to just jump in the water and swim? Did you want to try to fly over there? What do you want to do?
Can I just look in the waterfall and in the pool of water and see if there's any creatures or pathways leading?
So where you are right now, as you're kind of walking down the streets, there's kind of buildings on either side. There's a couple gaps that you can see. As you look past them, there's just water, and then it falls off the edge, if that makes sense. So you're not in a position to kind of see the waterfall because it's falling, it's sort of away from you at this point. You'd have to either get in the water and go to that land's edge, or fly over, or some other creative way that I'm not thinking of at the moment.
Can I just at least look in the water that we'd have to get into to swim over there?
Yeah. So as you kind of, again, get away from the walkways and go closer to the city's edge, there are a couple of docks nearby. Some look like they're for residents, and some that you kind of look along kind of this sort of marked off coastline of sorts with like a metal gate that kind of goes along and winds further down from where you are. You look into the water. Seems it's dark, so it's kind of hard to see through it. It's a little murky, but you don't see anything that stands out unless you want to make a perception check.
I will do that. 18.
18. So yeah, looking through, a few fish just kind of swim by. A little bit of aquatic life, but no like no sharks or octopuses or anything like that.
And how far is it to the waterfall from where we're at?
From where you're at, it's probably a good like 40 feet from sort of the city edge and all the water.
To fly over and just see what I can see? Do some
Sure.
scouting? I'll do that. I'll like fly,
Go with her as well.
I don't know, like 20
Oh
feet
right, because you
over.
have wings.
I might follow her.
Yeah. Get like,
Alright.
I don't know, halfway there, 3/4 there. See if we can see anything from the waterfall.
Sure. So you kind of like look around, doesn't seem to be any guards nearby, no skiffs. Kind of go over her head and you just take off, you and Rala. Kind of go off to the edge, kind of bank around. And as you kind of doing that 180 turn, you kind of see the water falling kind of just down into a lower pool of water. And you can see a few caverns made out crudely into the rubble and rock that's underneath the cityscape. And you do see a fairly large opening kind of under the lip. Like the land kind of goes out for a bit and then kind of goes in and it kind of curves in a bit. And there's a fairly large opening that the water's kind of blocking. So it's a little awkward to get in there, but you'd have to kind of swoop in and get under it.
That looks like it's hard to get to. I don't know how we get our Well, technically, I guess we are all flying because you have wings, and I think technically Louis has wings if he feels like bring them out, and Torby has his little baby fairy wings.
So true. He could use his little baby fairy.
They look so cute.
I think it's time we fly.
Yeah, I'll come and I'll report to you guys.
To
Okay.
clarify, I don't think like out of character. I don't think Loon's used his wings like wings before. And
No, we haven't seen you fly. We've seen them come out.
It's always been like a
Menacing presence, yeah.
yeah. It's not like a flight wings. It's more of like a freaking weird eldritch like.
So here's the
I
thing,
don't know.
Anna understands that. Clara
Yeah.
thinks that they'll get him across.
Oh gosh. Like 3 tiny little wings.
Well, you've never told us that you can't fly. I just assume you don't like flying.
Clara, I can't. I don't know how to. I don't. they
I'll
don't
carry you.
come out.
It's fine.
All right.
buddies. We need to train those wings.
Ah,
I'll just Luan's arms to take the other. Just carry one.
Yeah, hand in hand.
T
So
position.
Corbin will grab those little fairy wings and just like, yeah,
So
just
you're,
put them
you're
on.
gonna take the little vase out of the bag and just
Yeah.
smash them on you.
Not smash.
Okay.
I'll place them like on my neck,
Gingerly.
up back there, so I look like the well, Dwayne Johnson Tooth Fairy, or like I'm a beautiful butterfly. No,
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
look at me, I'm flying.
Okay, Hans. So take the little gossamer wings out of the case, out of your bag of holding. Take them out and just not really sure how they work either. This is the first time you've taken them out of the little stand. And yeah, they're like this big. Just take them out.
We
and kinda-
tested them once. We tested them
right.
once.
You take them out and put them on your back of your neck. You see them kind of changing and forming to your body. It doesn't become proportionate to your body. They just get a little bit bigger. And they have this shimmering, like we said, shimmering gossamer sort of look to it. The framework of it's very thin. And hey, there you go. Perfect. Visual aids, so good. Very much like that on Torben's very rock hard, muscly Asgardian body as they kind of start to shimmer and. It is an action to fly.
Mm-hmm.
So just say the word.
Fly.
Fly! And you're going to carry Lewin.
Yeah.
All right, so you got Lewin.
And
looking
I'll
around.
carry Hermitha.
Okay, carrying Hermitha.
As long
So
as she's
you-
under 180 pounds, I can carry her.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. So you go and do that 180 kind of bank back around to Lewin and Torben. Rala's sort of dragon-like wings put in from their back. This gets awry. Are your wings like green as well?
They're purple. leather.
Purple. Little purpley leather dragon wings coming out. And then the three of you, one holding Hermitha, the other holding Lewin, just look around. The four of you take off, kind of go at this moment where there seems to be nobody watching. Again, doing that 180 bank around the waterfall, falling. You guys just go straight through.
I think I want to try and go around, like, behind where water's not actively, heavily falling on us.
Least resistance.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of going in through all directions. You can kind of see that from where you are, the bridge is several, like 100 feet away, but that entrance that you came in is like sort of northwest from where you are. One at a time, you go in through the cave mouth, and it is pitch black. No light whatsoever in here. As you kind of land, all four of you, safely on the gravel and rock and dirt. As you land, this sort of echoing kind of goes through the tunnels a little bit as few sort of rocks come out from the cave mouth, fall with the waterfall sound into the larger body of water. What do you all want to do?
Can we light the Everlight goo?
I do have that one lantern I bought.
Oh yeah.
Or I can hold up Lipped here, and it gives gives off a 40-foot radius of bright
easy,
blue
easy.
light, and additional 40 feet of dim light.
Oh, perfect.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Well, a box light is like a focused light, so Leptir would announce that we're in here, like immediately. Like it would just 80 feet. It'd be like, "There's someone here. Somebody's in here."
I mean, I feel like for how dark it is, light we turn on, they're probably
That's
going to
true.
see it. So whatever gives us maybe the most light.
I'll gingerly put Luane down. That was fun. And I'll take the wings and I'll put them back. Because I think you only get one use for a minute or something, we said. I don't remember exactly.
That's what
Something
I
like
remember
that.
as well.
Yeah. You get a few charges a day, and they could use it for a minute.
Yeah. It's cool. So I'll pull out Leptir and I'll just say, Leptir. And then blue light fills the cavern of 40 feet and then 80 feet, or an additional 40 of dim.
Okay.
What do we see?
So as you're inside this mouth cave, pitch black all around you, all you can see is the city light glow of yellow and orange from being refracted from the water kind of falling in front of you. And it's hard to hear anything too because the waterfall is loud. It's very loud, and water and mist is kind of hitting your faces all around. And you kind of shout Leptir, but even the rest of you who are nearby can barely hear Torben speak from the loud sound of the waterfall. So you hear a muffled when this blue light just emanates all around. And funny enough, as you now have all of the jagged rock kind of formed around you, eroded from the water over so much time, thousands of little refracted crystal lights kind of jet out of the black and brown rock around you. Kind of creates this kaleidoscope. All these little shiny reflected crystals that are embedded in the rock and stone under the astral citadel. They're not as big as when you went into that crystal deposit. These are like tiny little pebble-like glass that's embedded in the rock. How it's here, why it's here, hard to maintain, it's hard to figure out at this point. But it just creates this almost kaleidoscope-like coloration as the light kind of reflects into it. And you see that the jagged and sharp stone breaks down a little bit, gets a little bit narrower, and just starts to sink in.
Onward?
Yeah.
Might as well.
The waterfall starts to get a bit more subdued and muffled as you start to enter deeper into the caverns underneath the astral citadel. Who is leading the expedition?
Clara's firmly in the back.
I will firmly
Yeah.
stand in front.
I didn't want to assume it'd be like, yeah, Torben's in the front, whatever's about to happen right now, but
I'm not a big old meat
Like,
shield or nothing.
I'm gingerly
Rose
behind
Torben either
Torben.
way.
Yeah, I think we're just like flanking.
And
I will, however, cast Pass Without a Trace as we get further from the waterfall and we can start to hear ourselves again. I will do that.
Awesome. Well, let's make everyone make another set of stealth checks as you start to dive into the rock.
Add 10 to your final result.
that helps a ton, actually, because that was a 2. So 17.
30.
It's a 37 to 19 plus 7. Plus
Damn.
10.
I think that's the highest.
Aren't even here. You
highest
are
roll.
invisible.
Yeah.
I wish that was for fucking
And this is-
anything else.
Still stealth, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Disadvantage plus
If
10.
this bitch is
Disadvantage.
anything, she's
Plus
quiet.
10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like 22. 11.
Hermitha got 4, so 14.
So Hermitha is dead.
No.
Okay. Okay. So,
Is there more than one aboleth down here?
I was going to say, there's a lot of dice he rolled.
pass without a trace. Again, the sounds of the crunching underneath the boot of the rock and terrain down here. Become muffled.
Silent.
So silent. Just my mic went out.
What happened?
Yeah, so your footsteps become instantly muffled as you start to descend down further and further. Clara casting that, all sound just becoming non-existent at the moment. You do hear various water droplings. You can hear certain things crawling around as you're getting deeper and deeper into the caverns here. Nothing immediate jumps out at you. Just off the distance, you hear just every once in a while something skittering, rocks kind of falling down. You do come to a couple of cross sections, the winding tunnels kind of going deeper, and it starts to get colder as well the more you get to the center of where you're going. Who is, Claire, did you say you're leading?
I was.
Absolutely not.
All right,
There's in
Torben.
the back.
You want to lead? Roll me a survival check.
Survive.
Survival. Oh, that's a 7. I was like, that's a close to a 1. That's an 8.
No one's ever done a roll this low. This is crazy.
Maybe Claire should have led.
These
I have a
aren't
+8
like
to mine.
attack rolls where I
Yeah.
spec into attacking.
Yeah.
I think this is
as-
the first survival check we've ever done.
So as you're going into the cave, they start to splinter in many different tunnels. Clara, looking at the tunnel formations, they look like they might have been left behind by some massive creature long ago. But they do go off in different directions. As you're kind of starting to descend down, it becomes a bit of a slope for a while, and it goes, and then you see a split, one going right, one going left. And Torben, with this massive light, just every so often in the distance, you see a pair of like yellow eyes and just creepy little insectoid things just scatter as soon as the light kind of touches from the subterranean creatures down here. Nothing too menacing, nothing too intimidating, but your presence here starting to become noticed. Kind of take a left, going down, all of a sudden take a right. You find yourself going up a bit on an incline. You're crawling, continuing to snake around. Would you like to make another survival check?
Me? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna use a different dice. That's a little better. That's a 15.
15.
Okay.
So, as you start to ascend upwards, the cold kind of starting to become a bit warmer. You're not. Solde didn't really tell you exactly where this cavern could be. They may not even be very sure of where exactly it could be. They just know that they've heard rumors from scouts and other people of the city that it lingers somewhere within these catacombs. You start to kind of descend up for a while, and you find yourself in a bit of an even footing. Tunnels going left, right, center. Some have a fork in the road. Some have like 3 options to go to. That light shining, weird subterranean creatures, again, sort of leaving your vicinity. And eventually you kind of come to like a 3-way tunnel, one going left, one going right. And you just kind of press on forward. You feel yourself up in a bit of an elevation, and you go, and then all of a sudden you tell everyone to stop. As this to view. And you look down, and it's just empty darkness. You take your weapon out. The light shining all around you, and the light just barely piercing what looks like a massive pool of water. This sort of subterranean lake within the rock itself. The water is still. What do you want to do?
I think we found it.
Oh, you're muted.
How far down is it?
Hard to tell. You with the light just barely touching the surface of the water. Looking down, it looks far. Like Gandalf and
Oh gosh.
the Balrog kind of far.
Oh gosh.
Should we climb down? Should we fly down?
Just
Are we at, like, a
imagine the
dead
video
end,
of the
and then
guy
it's just,
with
like-
2 axes that just flies
Yeah.
downwards.
I don't know. I mean, Is it worth trying to backtrack and finding another way down there? Does it look like there's other tunnels, entrances that might be lower down?
Looking down on this opening here, again, you just see a big pool of water. You'd have to kind of, the light's just barely touching the surface of the water. Mm-hmm. You'd have to get down a bit closer to kind of see if there's tunnels adjoining it or anything.
I mean, I can fly down again. And
Do you still have your wings? How long do you have your wings out for, Rala?
I believe it's until I put them away.
Oh, that's nice.
I'll just double check. Until the end of your turn.
So like 6 seconds?
Yeah.
So you could like free fall, and then as soon as you hit the... Wait, do you get it more than once or once a day?
I get 3 takes in it, so I could technically just swoop down.
Yeah, so they're good for like quick little successions and then fall down. So that's 1 out of the 3 used so far.
But
Well, what if I... Oh, go ahead.
So to like, is it just we're walking down kind of like an edge, and then it's just like down, and then we're at a dead end type thing?
So you're looking at this sort of cave opening.
Okay, yeah.
That opens into this larger cavernous hole that has water underneath it, a large body of water. Just from
a
how
Dark
high
Souls
you
boss.
are
Yeah, I don't know.
up, you look down, the water's just barely glancing the surface of the water, so you're not able to see the surrounding environment from this high vantage point.
Yeah, Clara will go down like 40 feet carefully and see if there's any other tunnel entrances to try and glean whether it's worth backtracking to find another way, or do we just have to like jump
Okay.
Or climb down?
or climb?
Do you have dark vision?
No, but I'll light one of the ever thingy.
Before you do
Yeah.
that, Loon's like, let me try something.
Yeah.
And tell me if I can't do this, but Loon's gonna gently tap Claire's beak, and
Her staff.
yeah, I was thinking of casting
End of her
light for a second,
staff.
but I was like,
End
wait.
of her staff. End of her staff.
I was like, this could be cute. Hold up.
It's still cute.
Roll a
Yeah.
con save. You're blinded.
My eyes!
Okay, I'll light the end of. I'll tap the end of Claire's staff, and not her beak, and I'll just kind of focus as the runic marks on my face start to twitch, and go, and light will travel down my fingers, and I'll cast light on the end of
Ooh, it's so pretty.
not her beak.
I would have loved it. But yeah, so these little tendrils, light veins coming through Lewin's hand, boom, and touch the end of the staff. It's luminous yellow light coming out of it. Flying down.
Yes,
20-foot
in like
radius. Yep.
very small increments. So like I'll go down like 10, 15 feet and kind of do a lap, see if I can see anything, and then if not, maybe another 15. Do like circles.
All right. So, as you start to descend into this opening, light goes on the end of the staff. Clara just kind of looks at you all one last time. And dies. No, I'm just-
as if I die.
One last time.
one last time before going. I know it's hard. In these moments of high stress, everything I say sounds like a threat. I guarantee it's not.
Especially when you change the music.
Hey, I've trained everyone well. Kind of just, Clara kind of looks at you all and just falls backwards, free falls. And exactly like the imagery of Gandalf and the Balrog, camera cuts to this tiny little rainbow bird free falling. Blue light hemisphere guiding you as you break through that radius and your own sort of sphere of yellow light surrounding you in all this darkness, like a star falling from the sky. Yes, Clara?
I want to be extra clear because I know how you are. I don't want to go, like, if I reach the end of the light, I don't want to go too much farther without actually perceiving anything. Okay.
I know.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I know. Falling. Wings come out. You start to circle around. Below you, you start to see a bit of a landmass. You make out a bit of rock in the middle of the watery surface. You can kind of make out bits of landmass at the edges of the pool, and 2 pathways going in and out of it. There is a bit of a phosphorescence quality to the light as you're kind of getting closer to it. Various specks of blue and silver kind of lighting up in certain areas. But that's about as much as you can see as you're kind of circling downward. But the area you're in is big. Like it's this dome-like space.
Okay. Do I hear anything specifically from either of the pathways?
Make me a perception check.
Got this.
16.
16. It is very silent down here. The water like glass. There's no ripples, no movement, no nothing.
Okay. I will fly back up, not wanting to be separated for too long, and I feel it's like 120 feet down there, but I saw 2 pathways. It was all glowy and pretty and luminescent. It looked very peaceful. It was creepy quiet, like creepy quiet. Like little bits of island, so I could fly people down one at a time. Or we could try and find those pathways, but given how far down I went, like, we might be walking for a while.
I do have experience climbing, and I do think we have over 100 and something feet of rope if y'all are responsible adventurers and had your 50 feet of rope. And we do have pittons that we can help assist us in this climb. So we can climb down if needed.
Yeah, and I can, like, act as the anchor on top. And I have 50 feet, so I can tie my 50 feet, and I can tie you guys to me, too, and I'll, you know. I like that idea.
I think we'll climb down. It's a safe way.
All right.
We don't want to, like, have you guys stuck 200 feet away and have something jump out and then us have to jump down.
All right.
So we will climb down.
Okay.
Together, as one.
Everyone's starting to climb down. Anyone else flying?
I just have my bracer kind of ready while I'm climbing down.
Okay.
And we do tie, like, ropes to one another, so that if somebody falls, you can catch. And, like, one is going to be tied to Clara at the top, so that I'm hovering above the group, you know, and I'm ready to swoop down if anybody falls.
Securely.
Gosh, we're good.
Yeah.
Professional rope. Professional climbers. We know ins and outs.
I did so good with the rope way back when on that bridge that we made. I think I should tie the rope again.
You did. Professional, the rope users.
I'll double check or not. Just so you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, who is tying the rope to something that's secure around this opening? All right, make me a athletics check, strength check.
I can rage and I'll have advantage. No,
Oh, tie this rope!
no, that's 19 on the die. 27.
All right. So you find a bit of a stalactite, stalagmite coming out from the ground and wrap the rope around it a few times, tie it very tightly, making sure there's no give or anything that could happen. Do you take the rope and toss it in?
Toss it down.
Yep.
I feel like you suggested that, like, you wanted us to do that.
I'm just saying things, guys. I understand. Everything I say
You
sounds like a threat. I'm
Throw a
just
rock
asking
into
you
the water. That's
what you want to do.
I insight check on you, Kevin. Like, tell us now.
Down so that it doesn't like splash in the water.
Just Loon looking at the sky like,
No
What are you doing, son? Quit being so sunny. I'm coming up there.
Real suspicious.
let's climb this rope.
Yeah.
Knock it off, Moon.
Still,
I'm
we
coming
still have
up
pass
there.
it out. Trace, we're good. We're good.
All right. So, Clara, taking the rope. So you didn't go down all the way. You said you descended like a third of the way and then came back. So you want to go down?
I would have descended like as far as I needed to see.
Okay. So this time with the rope, you want to go down all the way so it gently falls on a patch of ground and not the water.
That's right.
All right. Again, those looking down just see this globule of yellow light circling down. And eventually you do get near the surface of the water, and the rest of you can kind of see this spotlight and get a bit of an area of dim light around where Clara is. And Clara, if you want to look at our Roll20 screen.
Sure do. Ooh, cool.
Claricore.
So as you start to descend down, there's a certain sort of threshold that you get through where up above the light kind of makes it hard to see details, right? Like most of it's just black just from the sheer amount of light that's kind of in your vicinity. And then as you get kind of out of the radius of the blue light, start to fall down, everything around you is still pretty bright. But you start to see rock, you start to see colorations of what look to be ancient coral kind of hugging onto the rock deep beneath the astral citadel. But again, the water around you is still. There's a bit of light shining off of the coral a bit. Kind of hard to make out what color it is just because you have the light like shining right in front of you. Mm-hmm. But you're able to guide that rope.
As I get
Place it
down
on the
to
rock.
about 30 feet, the phosphorescence, would it be enough to see by?
You'd have to turn off your light to see.
I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna turn it off. I'm gonna tuck it under
Shield
my
it.
wing.
Yeah. So you kind of guide it out. The area around you, as you kind of turn it off, this glowing blues and greens start to take hold in this sort of phosphorescent globe around you. As the twinkling of the lights underneath the water kind of let you be able to see through it a little bit, although it is a bit murky in the darker parts of it. But the light that's kind of hugging to the coral reef and the rocks around it are illuminated and has this very kind of pleasant glow. It sheds dim light in the areas around the rock here. The areas where it stops here, this is all shadow and darkness. So you get a bit of 5 feet around the edge of the pool of dim light. And you can see that there's a bit of pool of water up here that's kind of falling down into the larger body here. The area you are on is very illuminated. And coloration around you that the coral reef is kind of giving off. But all these darker patches of water, you can't see through it. It's just black.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep the light tucked under my one wing when I'm in within 30 feet, so I'm not trying to disturb anything. And I'll just place the rope kind of wherever it naturally falls from where they're tying it off. I just want to place it on a patch of rock and maybe try to like loosely tie it so that it's not flapping around and splashing the water.
All right, so you want to tie one end of the rope to another rock?
If it's available. Just because
Okay.
I know that as they climb down, it's gonna...
Yeah, make me a strength check.
I'm so good at these.
Your feathers just get 6-pack abs.
I think that's a 9?
Some of them
10.
get 6-pack
10.
abs.
Okay.
Better than last time.
Yeah.
So you find another kind of rock that's big enough to kind of hold the rope around. It has a bit of a give. It's not like this taut line, but there's a bit of rope at the bottom just to like place it so it doesn't get, gived anywhere. You're able to toss it. You're to tie it. What do you want to do next?
I wanna
Everyone else
fly
kind of
back.
looking down. They see Clara kind of going down to the rock. You see a little bit of light around them. You see them kind of put the light underneath them. But from where you are, the blue light of Liptier kind of blocks where Clara is. So as soon as that yellow light goes out, all of a sudden it just looks like Clara just disappeared. And there's just darkness everywhere. And all of a sudden it comes back up. And you see her going... comes back up to you.
Okay, ready. Super secure on a rock down there, so it won't wiggle. Let's go.
Okay, we'll go climb down
Going,
gingerly,
yep.
safely.
Okay. So those climbing the rope, make me a athletics check, please.
All right.
Can I help Hermitha down?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can roll for Hermitha.
22.
19.
Okay. She got a 17 on the die. So
Ooh.
All right.
Torben kind of going down first, followed by Luin, Hermitha, Rala at the end. Claire, are you flying down around? Kind
Ready
of
to catch.
floating nearby. Yeah, ready
Yeah.
to catch. And the rest of you just start to descend down to this illuminated coral reef, subterranean chasm.
And can I
Again.
ask Lewin as we're coming down just to, if he can, dismiss the light when we get within 30 feet? Because, like, there's some light down there and I don't want to disturb what's down there.
Yeah. Can you do that with a light spell? You can
I
think
believe
so.
so. You can just end it.
just Lewin will just, as climbing down, once we start to get to that 30 feet mark, we'll just try to focus on that light and just flickers down to a silent.
Okay. Down, down, down you all go. It takes about like 20 minutes or so to get down from the rope and hit the edge of the landmass that's in the pool of water. And I have you guys all here. One by one, your feet touch the rock, look around, phosphorescent blue and aqua green light all around you. What do you want to do?
Do we feel like this is where the aboleth is going to be?
Well, it fits the description of where they said it should be. Massive pool of water. Follow the caverns as best you could. You're not too sure how many pools of water there are.
All right, my friends, there's a few options I think we can do here. We can prep what we need to and announce that we are here, or we can try and sneak up on this aboleth in its own cavern, which will probably... It could end well, but it could catch us off guard.
I feel like the best thing that we can do is stay here and like announce and like, I don't know.
Be as ready as we
and then we
can.
just yeah.
Okay.
Might be more than just the apple, I think.
Just get familiar with our battlefield here for a second, and then, yeah. Can I Lumen's gonna scan the kind of the roof and walls of this kind of cavern and try to spy any loose stalagmites or stalactites, whatever the ceiling ones are, any kind of loose bits of rock or anything that might seem something like Lewin might have seen before in his skirmishes with the Moss Cathedral at all. With his battle
Yeah.
experience or perception check.
So there are some loose, like all these stones that are lighter coloration. They're all kind of affixed to the. Some are affixed to the ground, and some are fairly loose and hanging about. The edge of the cavern here is walls going up, and they kind of go up and kind of curve into a dome-like fashion up to that opening up above you.
Yeah.
The ceiling is like 100 to 120 feet up. On the rocks and stuff, if you climb up, you could probably pull some stalagmites and things off. And there's a couple jutting up the ground from these kind of
I see.
colorations here. So these are all pointing up, by the way. That's why they have like look like little circles
Yeah.
that get
also-
smaller as it goes in the middle. So these are stalagmites that are
Gotcha.
pointing up.
Okay.
They're very jagged and a little bit dangerous.
When we're about ready to announce ourselves, I will drink this.
All right, I'm gonna do one more kind of look through inventory. Luna's just kind of checking pack, make sure everything's there. Yeah, still have that potion of speed, still have that dagger of venom as well. Actually, no, it only has one charge, I believe, so it's not venomous anymore. I have a dagger. Doesn't mean much. I think Lewin's ready.
Alright, I'll drink that potion. And then I can... So we can announce ourselves in a few ways. I have a signal whistle, which is pretty loud and reverberous, or I can smash my hammer against something. What do you guys think we should do?
It's just... I just
Toss a
feel so
rock in it.
disadvantageous, yeah. Because
Toss a
it's
rock
such a...
in the water, see what happens.
I like that. Do that.
It's like a little wormhole.
Throw a rock in the water? Before we do that, do we want to get off any spells that enhance
I
things?
gave you guys all my stuff so far.
Hermitha, do we want to bless, or...
What do you
Well-
mean, Tobin? No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
So
You're
bless.
saying I'm not good enough?
it lasts a minute, I think.
Yeah, so I worry about losing it if it doesn't come up to us right away. So maybe
Alright.
maybe
Hold
Hermitha will
actions.
hold bless till she sees the water bubbling.
I'll hold rage for when that goes off.
Okay,
I'll hold the little
so
starry wisp.
you are holding actions for when the water starts to move.
Or like
If
something's
it
coming out
moves
of the
after,
water. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
give it your best hug there, Rella.
I'll just like take a flat stone and like skip it across.
Make me a strength check. Or dexterity check, actually. You are
There
among
you go.
them.
Dexterity's good.
Dexter Stone. 5 skips.
Muted. Muted. You're silent.
Speak to us.
Damn it. That's a 19. But what do I add to it?
So your d20 plus your dex, Modifier?
Oh, so that's 26.
26.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Take a little, find a little flat rock that's around you, it's loose. Flips and skips around here. goes all the way up and then lands up in that sort of upper waterfall there. Sending ripples, this glass-like watery pool around you, just ripples, just almost mirror-like surface now disturbed for the first time. The echoing of the skipping of the rock kind of goes all over and bounces off the cavern walls, and you wait. And suddenly, you start to hear breathing. Goes there,
Hello?
Just skipping stuff.
Clara would.
We're looking for an aboleth.
We did say we wanted to announce, so I guess yeah.
We are here.
Is that so? And why have you come seeking an aboleth?
We were told that it was bothering the Citadel, so we have been tasked with liberating it.
Solving the problem.
Bothering.
Who are you?
I am from an ancient time, long since past. Who am I speaking to?
We are the Crystal Vanguard. I am Clara. It's really nice to meet you, Spirit Voice.
Would you prefer to speak to something you can see?
That depends. Are you gonna eat me?
That depends. Should I?
No, I have lots of feathers. They would get stuck in your teeth. It would not be good. But I want to see you.
You hear the crunching of stones from behind you, this way. And at first you can see what looks like to be the shadowy outline of a humanoid figure. Hard to make out details as you can only see what looks to be some discarded old leathery boots, barely touching the blue and green glow on the outside of the light.
Oh. I didn't think anybody lived down here.
It can get lonely.
She was a really nice lady. I don't remember her name.
Isolde.
Isolde.
Who remembers what she looks like?
Yeah, basically. She was really pretty. She seemed really nice. I can't imagine that she would send us here for bad reasons. Do you know the Aboleth? Like, is it your friend? Who are you? You never really...
Isolde.
To your friends.
Not friends. Many times they have tried. Many times they have failed.
What quarrel do you have with Isolde, spirit?
They keep sending and sending and sending many denizens my way. They seemingly want what I have. What does she want?
Oh? Are you, just to be clear, are you the Aboleth? We don't know who we're supposed to meet down here.
Torben will bring out like a... Well, he has left here out. He'll light the box light and shine it directly where that spirit thing is. So it's bright light.
Shine it directly into the vicinity of this creature. The light illuminates the figure. Tattered, discarded, old black leathers are shown to you. Boots that have been aged and cracked with many cuts along the sides. 3 belt buckles adorned around the shin as the camera goes up. Frayed beginnings of material flop and slay over. Beaten from the damp, cold, and wet environment. The dark leather pants go up, this sort of flowing material coming down from the waistline and a cummerbund of leather straps around the thin waist. This leather patchwork of loose armor covers the midriff and the chest, displayed out almost like the sleeve had been ripped off. High collar, bent and contorted, pale skin of this frail human looking back at you. Shadowy wisps flying off of their body. A head that looks shaven at first, until you focus and see that it is actually scarred from battle. Rips in the skin that tear now have become leathery hides that go from the inside the eye down. Few more cuts along the edge of the mouth and along the cheekbone. Piercing blue eyes staring back at you as this figure just stares back at you, Torben. Pupils non-existent, a cloudy white mixture in the eyes. You're speaking to him.
Did its mouth move, or did we hear that in our head?
Heard that all in your heads.
That thing looks like a puppet.
Are Aboleths able to do that? Like, project consciousness?
It's very
Well,
intelligent.
we were told to watch about being charmed. And saving throws were important. So either it's manipulating a dead body or it's showing that in our mind. Can we like focus and see if this is just a figment of our imagination, like a illusion?
You can make an insight check.
Might
I
as
do that
well.
as well.
Yeah.
It's a 12.
21.
That's better.
As you
Or
focus
22.
in on
22.
All right.
as you focus in on this person, you're looking for any signs of illusion, looking for any signs that this might be a trick being played on you inside your
Like
heads.
an anglerfish. Yeah.
Angler spirit.
I was hoping there'd be like a fleshy thing on the back of his head, just like
Hell
holding
no! Stop! Don't give him ideas. Oh, frick no!
it. Shouldn't have said that. No.
But as you're looking at this thing, you're looking for any signs of its body to be maybe translucent, maybe the edgings of their body that gives you an idea that this is an illusion. Clara, you familiar with illusionary magic, with conjuring things through Truffy and your druid magic. This is a person, or at least it was.
It's so real. I can see its footprints. That's real.
And what do you want? Spirit, Aboleth.
I wait. I hunger. I want out.
Why can't you leave this place?
I wait until the time is right. You want to take care of me. Is that it?
Love him and hug him and call him George.
When you say hunger, what do you eat? What do you want for... Yeah, what do you feed?
Knowledge. Memory.
And how do you get it?
Oh,
I thought as much. Prepare yourselves. I don't think we should leave this place without taking care of this aberration.
Nope. Absolutely.
hold on, Torben. Spirit, it is visible to us that you have suffered redundant turmoil and suffering, whether it be from the past adventures down here, all right? But if there's any way we can put a stop to the loop, we will, all right? If that happens by force, we will do everything in our power to do so as a secondary resort. You want knowledge? We have gathered some on our travels. But you have to be a little more honest with us. You want out. Why?
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Can I have my 22 insight stand for whatever I'm reading off the answer?
Jiminy Cricket.
It's want knowledge. It feeds off knowledge. If it gets out, it's going to feed off the knowledge of everyone.
Your brain.
That used to be someone like us. That thing that's speaking to us. It's going to do that with as much things it can. This thing is a parasite. It's an
Well, I got a 6
ancient,
on perception, so.
ancient parasite.
What'd you get?
I got a 6, so Torben is the most persuasive voice in my ear right now, and I'm gripping my mace.
So as you ask it, sorry, say the question again. What were you asking?
So, like, I'm with the intent of trying to see what its ulterior motives are. Like, yes, knowledge, but to the point where you're going to kill everyone. And then so I basically ask him why he wants out, and seeing if those two are connected.
This place, the knowledge that has been consumed and stored, could feed me lifetimes over. The rich, the food that has been offered is no longer sufficient. First, it was people in blue robes. Then it was people of all kinds, all over, sent from Isolde. I grow hungry. I grow weary. I grow bored.
I don't think this thing is going to be good if it gets out.
It's gonna be a brain eater. Can we see
What?
the real you? Like, not this you, the real you.
What do you seek? What do you want?
Your body?
We want peace in Valstiba, and it seems like you will not be a peaceful being in this land if you were to get out.
I guess we want that too, I guess.
Yeah, peace.
If you let me escape, maybe something I could offer you.
Are we entertaining this thought?
No, Torby, you can't give us 4,000 gold.
It could give us, no, it could probably give us something substantial, but I'm just thinking of the repercussions of letting this thing out.
That's
It's
what I
probably
mean,
not worth anything.
No,
So-
that's what I mean.
Yes.
You say you want peace. Well, peace is coming.
I'm gonna, like, whisper to the party.
You can hear her thoughts. It doesn't matter. Just say it.
Yeah, I'll just go on and say it. I'll be like, I'm just conflicted. I'm conflicted because this thing, if it was running on pure feral need for knowledge, it would have made the first move already. It said it's waiting for something for some time.
It's looking for a ticket out, and it needs us to get out somehow, so it's trying to convince us. So, yeah, no, I don't like this.
I don't either. It's
Deal with the devil you know.
yeah, agreed. Tactile standpoint, and this is when Lewin's kind of militaristic and tactile mind is taking over, and is like, we're running out of time dealing and talking with this thing. We need to start sorting our stuff out, and yeah, I think I put cards on the table.
I think as they're having that conversation, and I will, like, canonically do it slowly enough that, like, I'm, like, side-eyeing, like, my hands start moving, and I would like, if nobody stops me, to release Starry Wisp at the creature. I'm just going where if you get you. Okay. And I'm gonna release my Starry Wisp.
If something bad happens, I will reach.
So, Starry Wisp, is that an attack?
Yep.
All right, explain what Starry Wisp does.
It is a druid cantrip, so I launch a mote of light that I've created in my hand at a creature within range, and then if it hits, I deal damage.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
15.
15 hits. Roll your damage.
4 radiant damage, and it now emits a 10-foot radius of dim light around it, and if it were to turn invisible, it can't benefit from that condition. Oh, sorry, no, one more d8. So 6. My apologies.
Okay.
So be it.
Sorry, I just,
Rage.
we just gotta get going.
No, you're
As you
you're
start
good.
to
I'm with
conjure
you.
your starry wisp, this mote of white light goes at this scrawny, pale-skinned humanoid, hits it in the shoulder, falls back.
You have made your choice. I will enjoy this.
The water that's currently surrounding you wraps around all of your legs and starts to pull. I need every one of you to make me strength saving throws.
Since Hermida was holding Bless, can she cast it as it happens? Because I specifically conditioned the water moving.
Yep.
Okay.
Everyone gets 8 temporary hit points
Nice.
because I
Holy
raged.
crap.
So I just want to see. Okay, so I'm gonna have. I don't think Hermida would cast it higher than first level, so I will give it to Torben, to Lewin, and to Rala. So you all have a D4 to your attacks or saving throws and she's not concentrating.
Okay, well that was a 19 plus 3, so 22. Is that plus something else though?
It was a strength saving throw, so it'd be plus your strength saving throw mod.
Yeah, wait, is it
26.
plus something because of bless? Do I have to add something to it?
Plus,
You can add a
uh,
D4.
D4.
Okay.
26 for Torben.
Okay. Lewin,
25.
That's a 13.
13,
So sad.
18.
18. As the pools of water wrap around all of your ankles, start to tug hard into the ground, but you hold on to a rock. Torben, rage out, put your hand to the dirt, hang on tight onto a nearby rock that's around you. You all kind of grab onto each other, take hold. Lewin, this thing just takes you off from under your feet and sucks you into the water, and you fall down 20 feet under the water.
Good
can
thing
breathe.
you can water breathe.
And it's there, everyone, that we're going to take our break.
Yeah.
I gotta lay down.
Yep.
So we're going to take a quick break, refresh the drinks, get ready for a good old aboleth fight, everybody, and we'll be right back.
Oh, yeah.
It's so fun. So demure.
And we're back. Thank you, everyone, for letting us refill the drinks and refill the snacks. Now let's see who lives and who dies. So far, so good. Good win ratio. No one's dead yet, but, my time will come, and that time is now.
Great.
All right. So, as we start off this battle, the water snaking its way to all of your boots, grabbing you all by the ankles, trying to pull you into the depths below. The rest of you able to cling onto the rocks into each other to hold on, but poor Lewin fortunately slipped and gets taken down here.
Ah,
And you are 15 feet below the water as the translucent water starts to whirl you down more and more. But with Clara casting water breathing, you able to breathe through, so you are not going to drown currently. But as this translucent water tentacle is pulling you down, 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 it has a hold on you. and it's spinning you in all directions. You are technically prone, and through the depths and the blackness underneath, you just see this massive maw of a sort of, like, what color should we do in here? A bit of a white and aqua green faded skinned like aberration that looks like a massive tadpole on steroids. Like, it's large and just has this round circular mouth with a bunch of serrated teeth and little wisps coming off of its leathery white and decayed looking skin as tendrils come off of it from the below, and there's little fins from the back of it. It's just, you see from the darkness this white skinned mouth of rows of sharp teeth just, and they start to come at you. But we'll roll initiative, so who wants to smoke? Who wants the smoke?
I can do it.
Get him, Claire, get him.
Yeah? All right.
Beat him.
I'm not gonna.
Yes, you can.
Crap.
I believe in you. You know,
Crap.
6.
I got a natural 1.
I beat him!
you beat him.
Natural 1. My God, what a time. Okay.
So we have tentacles wrapped around our legs, or they tried to?
So the water creeped out from the pool and
water
wrapped around you and tried to pull you in, and you stayed firm and it just became liquid and sank back into the water.
But we saw it drag Llewyn down.
Yeah,
Yes.
Llewyn just disappeared on the water and just started to sink down to the depths and darkness. And he is technically prone.
Clara,
Yes.
is it a spell to do that telepathic thing?
It
Telepathic.
is.
Or can he can't talk underwater, he can just breathe.
Well, it's telepathic, but I have to be able to see it. Oh no, it just has to be 20 feet from me. But he's down, so I don't know if he'd be 20 feet from me.
Because
I'm
we
15.
don't
well,
see what's down there. He sees what's down there. So
Yeah.
Torben's initial reaction is to go help.
Okay.
Does anyone want to do that before I dive down?
Well, I can cast Mycanoid Rapport, and it will affect, and I'll get like as close to the edge to maybe try to get to where Llewyn is, because it would extend 20 feet. And basically, the way that it works is it can reach around corners, and affected creatures with intelligence 2 or higher can speak telepathically. So, but it's only 3 creatures. So I will choose Llewyn, Torben. Oh, Llewyn, Torben, myself, and Rala, because I can do 3 other than myself.
Okay.
So I will cast Mycanoid Rapport, so that maybe that'll help you know where to hit.
Cool.
And then I'll say, if I can say telepathically to Llewyn as part of this, you just hear, like, hi, we're gonna come get you, I'm so sorry, you're gonna be okay, just breathe normally.
Yeah, I think that Llewyn falling into the water
sees
starts
anything?
like. And
You can ask him.
Can I speak back?
Do you
with
see
them?
anything? What is down
So
there?
all 4 of us can talk telepathically now, freely.
Yeah, Llewyn's telepathic communication back to you is just don't come down here. Do not come down here. I big teeth.
At the end of, let's say, your turn, Clara, because legendary actions are kind of hard to do with this initiative we have, but I'm just using it as a reaction. Lou, and as you say, don't come down here! Don't! This massive thing coming out of the depths, you just see its rows of teeth and the start of a head. This tail lashes and smacks you right upside the head. I rolled just now. I got an unnatural 20. And you're going to take some damage.
You have a reaction to shield your
I
thing?
do.
Yeah,
I
if you
do.
want
I
to.
do. I've got 2 of them.
All right, so you can use your shield to react against if you can beat a 20.
I'm trying to find it's under my spells. Okay, yeah, so one reaction when you take your hit by an attacker target with a special attack spell. You have a +5 bonus to AC. Yes, it beats. I have a 23.
23, so it
Yep.
comes out through the water. Don't come down here! This tail comes up. That shield apparatus just ricochets off of it. Tail goes back down to the depths. Does not hit you.
How am I supposed to
guy's
hit
turn.
it if I can't go down there?
It's our turn.
It's still your turn. That was just a
Okay.
reaction.
Cool.
As a bonus action, well, you tell me if this is a bonus action or not. I have that sprite fairy bell that we don't really know what it does.
I think Rala has the bell.
Okay.
Fey
I just
bell
had it.
thing?
I had it in my notes. So I
Yeah.
didn't know who had it. So I'm gonna turn it on and be like, "Do we think that now's the time to use it?"
I think the bell, if I'm not mistaken,
It's gonna do.
Summons a Fey something. I
it
think.
was think about somebody.
No, that was my amulet, like crystal that you gave me specifically that I
Right.
hid. This was what you told us is that it
From
was a
Puck.
sprite bell that was used for summoning.
Gotcha. Okay. Notes. Go
You,
through
you
the
also
notes.
have that
Love
water
the notes.
elemental gem thing.
So here's the thing, though, is what I know from summoning, because I've been doing it a long time, is if I lose concentration on it, it will attack us.
Okay, maybe not.
We need that right now.
Here's the thing. That water's gonna come up and try and drag us down as much as it can. Do we resist that, or do we just go and attack
I
the
think-
thing that's down there?
I think we just go, because you can breathe.
Like, oh, good.
We can't touch it.
At least we.
It already touched you. Well, maybe it didn't. It's water.
It was, yeah. I have the disease one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
We
Rala
can figure
has
that
the-
out later.
Okay, cool.
Torben's he's got 60 feet of movement, so he's going towards the depths to attack this thing.
Okay.
Because I can't do anything.
I know. I'm like.
I can't
could
cast
use
spells,
my
I
wings.
don't- I have-
I could probably shoot myself down. I was thinking I could probably grab Lewin, but if we're going in, then.
Let me see.
I'm swimming down towards Lewin. Do I see the aboleth?
Okay. So as you swim down, just put yourself where you're going with your movement and everything.
Well, I'm swimming towards him.
Yeah.
I'm
So you're in
going down.
difficult terrain. Start to swim down. You see Lewin going down further and further. This white, fleshy, decaying, fishy skin and these rows of teeth start to come out from under. Right about here.
How far down?
They're about like 10 feet from where Lewin was. Underneath them.
I will go down because I have 60 total movement, so that's 30 feet. Is that far enough to get to its head to give it a bunk?
Give it a bonk.
No.
Yeah.
As a Asgard protectorate, would I know anything about underwater fighting?
Underwater fighting, other than your movement is halved from difficult terrain. Let me just pull this up.
I think ranged.
Range is at disadvantage. If you don't have a swimming speed, you'll have disadvantage on the attack roll underwater as well.
If you don't have any type of swimming speed.
When making a melee weapon attack, a creature that doesn't have a swimming speed has disadvantage on the attack roll unless the weapon is a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident.
Alright, so that means I have disadvantage, so I'll do Reckless, which gives me a straight roll. But I won't do Great Weapon Master, so I don't take the negative. That's a natural 20.
Let's fucking go! Take us back! Tori!
You can see it better with this
Holy
camera.
shit.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
dice.
pretty.
Anyway, yeah, it's a pretty dice.
Okay. So
to
getting in there, hitting it with your
left here.
the tier. All right, I'm gonna have you make me a Constitution saving throw.
Let's tear them apart.
Good thing I upped my con score. That's a 17 plus 7, so 24.
Okay, you're good.
So 10 bludgeoning, 8 thunder, 10, 8, so that's, math is mathing, 18 plus 2 is 20, plus 5, so 25 damage for the first swing. Oh, doubled,
My gosh.
doubled, 40 damage, 45 damage total for the first swing. And we will swing again. Now, I read over Reckless. It's only the first attack, right? Or did they change it in 2024?
Let me see.
I think it's just for the first attack.
I think it's
on
just the
turn.
first attack.
Yeah.
So this one's with disadvantage.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh, I hate this so much because that was a natural 20 again.
No! Stop it.
But I can show you, but you can. But it was an 18, so 26 to hit. It was a 20 and an 18.
Well, shit.
Thanks, Jody.
Damn. There you go. Yes.
Do I roll again? Or do I take the 20? It's up to you. I'll do whatever ruling you want. I'll roll again or whatever you want.
Because you're rolling reckless, so you'd have advantage, right?
No, it'd be a straight roll because it's
That's the thing,
disadvantage
there's now
underwater.
2 dice, so it's like, does he keep the 20, does he keep the 18, or does he just roll fresh with one
It's up to you.
dice?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Roll again.
Okay. I am not kidding you. I
You
didn't
son
touch
of a bitch!
freaking nothing.
No, what?
Let's
Is this gonna
go!
work?
It was destined. It was fated. It was
You
fated.
see that little?
Yup.
You son of a bitch!
So good.
When
Okay.
has this ever happened?
I
in
need
my
those dice so much because I roll like crap.
life? Bellum
Yes.
Creations. Okay, fantastic. It's cool.
All right,
Let's
we're
go
off to an
again.
okay start. Let's go.
6 bludgeoning, 10 thunder, 6 bludgeoning, 10 thunder,
16.
16 plus 2 rage, 18, 36, 43 total damage.
Oh,
That's
my
that's
gosh.
from the Dublin too, from the crit.
Yeah, double dice plus modifier.
Yo.
I'm
Hey, you're frontliner. Like,
I showed you. That's insane. Bellum
Okay.
Creations, shout out. Find her on Etsy. She made this beautiful dice. Look at how pretty it is with this nice camera. You can actually see it.
yes.
First ever dice made for a campaign. Tyrannine Skull. Anyway, sorry. Moving on. What else do y'all want to do?
My God. Monstrous. So this is all Leptir, correct?
Yeah.
So as you see Lewin start to just get deeper and deeper into the depths below, you all just tell everyone like, I'm going in! Just dive in to the glass-like water and just dive in with your Leptir spear glowing into the dark water, giving you guidance to see where Lewin is, going down, the tail kind of curving around him. The maw of the aboleth with all the circle of rose teeth getting further. You just grab Lewin and push him aside. And this looks like an old maritime legend happening in front of your eyes as this hairy, bearded Asgardian floating in the water with a spear that's full of lightning fighting this undersea depth monstrosity. The rest
Not
of you
losing another friend.
The rest of you like above the water just see these flashes of light as you see a silhouette of Tank of Torben with the spear just
Hammer. It's a hammer.
It's a hammer.
the hammer. Sorry,
Oh, it's true.
that's right. With the hammer.
The whole, what's the whale? That visual.
Moby.
Moby Dick.
Yeah.
So I kept thinking spear with that. But yeah, the explosions from the lightning from the hammer are being subdued underwater as like little mini mine charges going.
Let's go. What else do you
Insane.
want to do,
And you see
friends?
bits of the flesh just getting ripped apart with each hammer hit, thinking that it's not going to be able to make much purchase because the weight of the water around the hammer doesn't give you that full swing. But as you force it through and hits the side and it ripples and little bits of lightning ripple and rip the fleshy skin off the apple, tearing open this black and green blood and these little tufts of smoke trying to form all around it. It was a huge hit, my dude.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Dos.
I will communicate to the party as I watch this unfold. We need his brain. Remember, we need his brain. While I'm being.
Yeah. So Lewin, you're currently
Like proned in.
you're
water.
prone, so you'd have to get up. Yeah. So if you
Is
wanted
that
to
it?
start to swim up, you would technically use half your movement to like right yourself back up and start swimming up if you wanted to.
I was gonna say I can
Get
use
the
my, like,
brain.
grab us.
Yeah, I'll. If I just wanted to release the tendril off me, is that just an attack or is it a grapple?
So it's not. So sorry, it hasn't grappled you.
Yeah.
It kind of wrapped it around you, pulled you down as far as it could, and then let go.
I see,
But it
okay.
twisted your body in such a way that you're kind of tumbling, so you're
I'm like
technically prone.
disoriented. Got you.
But now, if
Okay.
you want to, you could kind of like right yourself up half your movement and then go from there because you're 15 feet below the surface of the water right now. But you can breathe underwater because of Clara.
Okay. How far away is Tank and how far away is Torben and the Aboleth?
They're like right underneath you. Like
Okay,
10
Torben
feet,
like
yeah.
pulled you up to get past you, and
And then went down. Okay. I might as
they're
well
just
join
like
them.
a few feet below you.
Yeah, I'll get in there. I'll use. Is it an action to get up from prone?
So it's not an action. It uses
movement.
half your movement to
That's fine.
right yourself
Yeah.
up.
I'll get myself up, and then with my remaining movement, I'll just get as close to the Aboleth in assistance with Torben as I can, and I will go for a double attack with my fighter second attack.
All right. As you hit it with your mace, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Don't forget to add a d4 from Blast.
Yep.
Constitution
Fighters are good
saving
at
throw
that.
plus a D
I hope.
a help dice. Okay. Well, that wasn't great. That was a 9 on Constitution saving throw. 4 plus 4, 8
9.
plus the 1. Yeah, that was a.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that's not great.
All right. So as you kind of swoop and you kind of right yourself up, you see all the lightning coming off of Torben, hitting this thing as hard as they can, keeping it down below this deep sea creature trying to rise up once again. You kind of steady yourself, right yourself up, and you take out the mace and trying as hard as you can to get forward. And as you hit it, all of the black and green blood that this thing is spewing into the water, you're breathing in the water. So it all just goes in the back of your lungs and has this sort of acidic, salty, stinging sensation as it goes in the back of your lungs. You just kind of wash it off and just try to get this thing while it's down. What was your roll to hit?
It was a... I didn't roll to hit. I did the Constitution first. This would be me rolling to hit.
Okay.
Which I need to, like, throw my dice into the fires of Mount Doom because that's terrible.
Also add a D4.
Okay, thanks. That's something. Okay. That is something. That's 12.
Miss.
That's all right. I'm getting the bad ones out of the way right now. Hopefully. Shh.
Okay.
I'll be of use in a second.
That is Torben with a crazy turn. 2 fucking crits. Luin and Rala, Clara, and Hermitha.
Claire's
So your
already
friends
gone.
down. Clara did go? Okay.
I feel like with how, like, I guess it's like kind of quiet. Like, are we seeing splashes? Like, are we just kind of
You're seeing
watching,
above the
like-
water, it's still silent. That fair-skinned human in front of you is just staring at you. But under the water, you're just hearing just explosions of lightning and silhouettes of your friends fighting this massive thing. You see it, the silhouette of it underneath it every so often.
Drink the potion and go!
In your head.
So, I'm tied here between should I try and go get rid of the guy?
I think he's
Or
just
should
like
I
a
go-
puppet, like mouthpiece.
Okay, I'm nervous. Okay, I'll probably just like, I don't know if using my wings would give me an advantage to like push into the water and get deep enough without using a whole lot of my movement.
You should have enough movement.
Yeah, okay. Because how deep are you guys now? Are you like beating it downward, or are you?
We're about 25 feet, 20 feet.
Yeah, like halved. That should be fine. So I'll come down to where you guys are then.
Okay, going in the water as well.
Yeah.
As you get closer and closer, you see the battle now taking full view as this aquatic monstrosity is enraged and fighting your friends, the Whispers. I'll sort of mention this as well. As you're fighting this thing, there's just constant groaning and whispers all in your head. As soon as you break the water, Rala, all that kind of comes to break this of your mind, and you swim closer and closer, get your weapons out.
Would my psychic resilience do anything to make that shut the fuck up?
Yeah, so it's
Maybe,
not as
yeah.
loud as theirs. It's kind of disorienting. It kind of comes at first and able to kind of quiet it a bit.
Okay, cute. Hate that. Cute. Like I can't hit it. I can't touch it. So I'm nervous. But because I can breathe? Am I able to use Breath of the Dragon?
To use fire underneath the
I
water?
could probably use ice on its tail.
Yeah, what are the rules for spells?
Yeah.
So spells in the water you can't do because you can't do verbal components, but the way that
Breathing.
water breathing is
Ability.
written is it your regular way of breathing is maintained, so it's not like you grow gills or something like that, so it's like you're just breathing underwater. So I mean Kevin is still the DM, but I don't know if that affects things.
Getting into, like, science of magic here.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you using, is it a fire breath?
No, I would use either ice or lightning.
Okay, that'll allow.
Okay, yeah.
Because you get your hands free, you can talk underwater,
It's like,
I'm guessing, because you can breathe underwater.
we can breathe.
The spell doesn't say.
You can
It just says you
breathe.
maintain your regular mechanism for breathing.
And Breath of the Dragon is an ability, it's not a spell.
Yeah.
But you have to roll to hit still.
Yeah.
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 These
I'll,
are interesting questions.
it
I
really
want
is.
and I want answers.
We're getting to, like, realistic fantasy here. I love it. Like a magical clearing of your lungs or what? Like, what is this?
We're also
While
using-
submerged underwater and holding its breath, a creature can cast a spell that requires a verbal component. The casting time. So, yeah, if you can hold your breath, you can do that. You can cast spells underwater if you have water breathing as well. So you're good.
Okay,
That's
cool. So yeah,
cool.
I'll use
Nice.
I'll use my Breath of the Dragon then.
All
I'm
right.
too nervous to touch it. I'm not doing it.
All right, so you're 10 feet away from it.
Say, yes, I should be.
Okay.
That's a 15 plus 13 dex.
No, the modifier.
Oh. Why is it showing 13 on my thing? On my... It won't... I have my other page. Just... that's plus 7, so 15 plus 7.
Okay.
Nice.
That was like plus 13. What the fuck is going
What
on?
magic
Oh,
item
it's
did you?
fine. It's fine.
We're all of a sudden level 20.
Yeah, it switched on my actions page. That's weird.
So yeah, if it's plus 7, that definitely hits.
22? Okay. So... Oh, wait, actually. No, it's not me. It's you. You need to make a dex saving throw.
I do.
You do!
It was you.
It was
Me
you!
all along. Okay.
I'm here doing math for no reason. Hurt my brain.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Takes 2d6 on a fail or half as much on a success.
Natural 20.
Fucking
Well.
hell.
Got my own natural 20s. God damn it.
They're just
It takes
going
half,
around.
so it only takes 3. Or it takes half, so it only takes like 1 little bit of lightning damage.
Okay. It takes 1 lightning damage?
Yeah.
Sticks your tongue up.
Yeah, go on. You go. Just starting to cough a little bit, and the lightning kind of scatters about, singes its surface. On its legendary action, at the end of that
fuck.
turn, Rala, it's going to make a tail swipe at Lewin again.
Leave me alone.
No, it's gone too far away.
That's my good
D20.
Yeah.
Stay away from my friend.
Look at the dragon creature over there, man.
What does it have against you, brother? What did you do?
You tried to persuade it, I guess.
I
so-
did. I tried to give it kindness. I tried to give it reason and logic. I don't know. I tried to tactile him.
25 to hit.
Well, that's just great. Yeah, you did. Water. Christian doesn't like water.
And it
He's
knows.
like, I told you!
It knows, and that's why.
Yeah, it's in your head.
It's like, I said I didn't want to go here.
Oof.
That doesn't.
I don't like the way
Tell
you're
us the
counting
numbers
your
and I'll
head.
do it. Just tell
I'm
us
just
the
start
numbers.
shouting numbers. I'm gonna confuse him.
He wants to give the big number, so
22 bludgeoning.
ooh,
You know, it's just, you know.
As your the 2 big hammer hits hit the aboleth, shakes it a bit. Rala dives in the water, starting to charge in. It sees Lewin starting to cough on its blood. It sees you distracted for a second. This massive whale tail just hits you right in the side of the head, spins you underneath the water. Hermitha's the last one to go.
Hermitha,
So I
save
was
us,
going to say, so
Cyrus.
she'll cast Spiritual Weapon as a trident in the water.
not a bow. As a trident.
Well, I feel like Chelsea might do a bow,
In
but
the water.
You're metagaming, so it's a trident.
It's
So
like
it's a
harpoon.
Chelsea so far has always done the bow.
so we'll do the bow. But it is still technically
It's a
it is still a
spiritual,
melee
yeah.
attack.
Yeah.
And then she will hold her action to cast Sacred Flame if she sees it coming out of the water, because right now she can't see anything from above. So, Kev, do you want me to roll the d20 for Hermitha's attack on the spiritual weapon?
Does spiritual
yes.
weapon have to? Do you have to see the target for the weapon to
You
hit
just
it?
summon it. Or, well.
You just summon it, and it has a ranged attack. Although if you're doing the ranged attack,
No, it's a melee attack. It's always a melee attack. When you cast a spell, you make a melee attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon.
gotcha. Okay,
And it doesn't have anything about sight, it just says range of 60 feet.
yeah.
All right.
Go be it.
I don't know her modifier, but I'm gonna guess that doesn't work because it's a 3.
Probably not.
Nope.
And then she's gonna stand there and hold Sacred Flame in the event that she can see it come out of the water. I feel like Chelsea would stay out of the water for the time being.
Oh yeah, she would.
Yeah. And then maybe even, honestly, like, back up kind of like to the middle of the island so she's as far from all the edges as possible.
Okay.
And that'll be her turn.
All right. So the radiant bow comes out, start to send it over, and it just kind of disappears upon the water, and everything's exploding underneath, and Hermitha just can't get a good bead on where this thing ends or begins, and everyone's kind of surrounding it, so they're kind of like, oh, shit, and they're just not really sure when to strike. Take a few steps back, getting ready to Sacred Flame. Clara, you're there? Okay. It is now my turn. The skinny little guy out in the shadows that's just been staring out in the distance just darts forward. Breaks the surface of the water. And it's gonna do some things. It's gonna do some things.
Of course he is.
This is like a level 20 wizard or something that's undead.
Be nice. Choose kindness.
Will you allow Hermitha to release her sacred flame on him as the trigger was something she can see on the water?
Pitter patter.
I'm just asking the question.
Yeah.
I feel like that was Aboleth specific.
It kind of was, I
It
think.
can be. I'll
This
go
is
back to the
going
corner.
into the water, and I would say I
That's fine.
interpreted
That's
that
fine.
as looking down at the Aboleth, and if something comes out of the water,
Okay.
Okay. So as this pale-skinned humanoid breaks the water, you all kind of notice a fourth member in with you. You thought maybe it was Hermitha or Clara, and you look, and it is that pale-skinned person that you saw earlier. Wisps of shadow coming off of them. Goes over to you, Torben. Parts of the shadow wisps off of them, wraps around you. I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Charisma.
Oh.
Is underwater rizzing you? What?
You have a D4.
I do. I don't know if that'll...
Off rip.
Oh, that is a 12.
It's a fail. The shadow whips off of him and just tights around you, and you are currently grappled.
With a charisma? Weird.
Yeah. What the hell?
I'll show you the stats afterwards,
What a
guys.
weird spell.
Charisma grapple. All right.
My
What
head
else?
hurts.
What else?
Over to you, Luin. The shadowy entity comes over.
Not rizz me.
Don't be scared of the water, 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 water. Don't be scared of the water, water, water. We'll save you, save you, save you.
Out of this shadowy wisp, this elongated sword comes out into material. Goes in to slash you.
DM, does he still have his shield thing up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for my second.
Well, it
Thing.
lasts till the
was gonna
start of one turn or something?
It's,
Yeah, start of your next turn, so I think it's still up.
So it'd still be 23.
It,
That's what your shield comes to, right?
yes. And yeah, it's
All right. That is 16 to hit.
okay. Yeah, great. I'm just gonna like take it from Rala, and the shield's just gonna come up with like a middle finger as he's saying, like, "Don't be afraid of the water." Just boom. I'm so tired of this thing, dude.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the water, water. Don't be afraid of the water.
Block up. As a bonus action,
No, no, it doesn't. Choose kindness.
Another one appears. No,
it teleports into a black inky smoke and goes around to where Rala is.
Hey.
Okay, that'll be its turn, I believe. Yep, that'll be that. Okay. Now for the aboleth. Thinking. Sorry to keep picking on you, Lewin.
Yeah, you're the DM, man. I'm just Lewin.
I'm just Lewin.
He wants to kill someone, I think.
All of the stress and the cacophony of battle is taking hold. You are trying to steel yourself, fighting your fear of water and drowning, fighting this thing head on, the lightning showering the water all around you, the phosphorescence getting brighter. All of the action and noise and stress around you suddenly becomes silent. You're seeing Rala and Torben. You need not be scared, Lewin. You need not worry about them. In a few days' time, none of it will matter.
Who is this?
In a few days' time, we will have peace.
You lie. What are you? Get out of my head.
You can save them, Lewin. You can save them all. You can be what you were meant to be. The being needed to be. Destined to come down from the heavens and change the surface of the world forever. Be the weapon you were meant to be. Be the weapon you were meant to be.
No.
Be the weapon you were meant to be. Be the weapon you were meant to be.
And I'll Celestial Revelation. Wait, it's not our turn. I can't do that.
It is
Damn.
not. I need you to make me
Thematically.
a wisdom saving throw.
Damn. Okay, hold on.
D4. D4.
Plus the D4 with Bless. Okay. I kinda
Blessings of
revealed
Hestia.
my thoughts in the front process. This is wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 21.
Okay.
And Lewin's just like everything's misfiring. Synapses are, yeah.
That silencer, get out of my head! Breaks open, and the sound all around you comes back into full view, and you're with your friends. You've stayed the course. That was its action to try and do that.
That's insane.
No
And
bonus
now it
action.
goes back to you.
Whoa.
Nice. Ooh, go ahead.
No, I already know what I'm gonna do, so you guys are good. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, can I see anything above, as Clara, above the water yet? Like, do I see the shadow of the aboleth and that shadowy creature, or it's still black for me?
So it's with Leptir lighting everything, and like the lightning from Rala's breath, it's creating light. These like flashes, like a photographer's flasher. So you're seeing with like images of it. It's very short, but you do see it.
Well, no, I'm wondering, so I want to cast Call Lightning, and so I have to do it at a point that I can see within 60 feet, or like under this 60-foot cloud. So ideally, I would like to cast it right here like 5 feet above the creatures, within 5 feet of both of them, so that they both have to make it. But I just don't know if I can see that far down into the water with the light from Leptir. Like, I don't know how that works, because a point in water is...
Well, the light is 40 feet of bright light and 40 feet of dim light around Leptir.
Yeah. So you would have been able to, like, they're 15 feet on the water, so they're kind of coming out of, like, the black depths. For you to be able to, so you can, like, see what's, like, mechanically, you can see the thing.
Amazing. So I'm going to cast Call Lightning at 3rd level.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
I need a... Dex saving throw from both of them.
Okay. It's a 19 on the human.
Succeeds.
The aboleth, dex save, 19.
They both succeed. They will take 9 points of lightning damage each.
Okay.
And unfortunately, all of you, like the whispers of Claire on each other in our head, go silent as my concentration must drop from Myconid and Rapport to cast that.
The Myconid Rapport, is that the water breathing? No.
No, that's
It's
the
telepathy.
telepathic one. So that
Telepathic,
how we
that's
were
correct.
talking. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you see, Clara, you're kind of seeing the flashes of the aboleth. You start to wave your wings around. Clouds start to gather around you. And the rest of you just see a lightning bolt blast into the water, breaks through the surface. Again, these sort of muffled explosions going underneath. Flashes of light shining the cavern and the water underneath all of your feet. All right, that was Claire's go. Who else is left?
After that kind of mind attack, Lewin's going to focus in on his just inner nature, and he's going to go biblically accurate with Celestial Revelation. And I haven't done this in a while, and I'm gonna use it now. So,
All right, describe your form.
So after that, like, mind attack thing, Lewin is going to center himself with all of his kind of in battlefield training, and mixed with just instinct, pure instinct, the wings once again sprout behind his head, cover his face as a faint glow pierces through the feathers, and the wheels start to wheel around his head again as I cast a necrotic shroud around me. And that means that creatures other than my allies within 10 feet of me must succeed on a charisma saving throw, which is a plus my proficiency bonus, plus my charisma bonus. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 plus charisma, which is nothing. So you have to beat a charisma 11, or you become frightened.
Roll low, roll low, roll low.
I just want somebody to be scared of me. So badly.
Charisma, huh?
Yeah, it can't have charisma, right? I mean, it's like a bug. I mean, like a...
It's ancient.
Oh, that's true.
It does speak in our brains.
Oh, and the other guy's in the radius as well.
Yes.
Ah, God damn it. Cat's better.
He's scared in real life.
I frightened him.
Good job, the dice.
So as that form starts to change, those wings sprout, and the wings cover the face. The humanoid doesn't seem to be caring much about this. Seems to be singular purpose, starting to position themselves for the next attack. The aboleth has no eyes. It's just this monstrosity, this form of ancient nature, trying to consume everything around it. it's weird because when you start to transform as well, the scream underneath you, everyone hears it like it was in the air. Instead of bubbling, you're like, necrotic shroud starts to echo around you as your own shadowy necrotic wisps start to form off you. The aboleth that was chomping at everyone, swiping with its tail, going after Torben, those massive marks on the hammer. You just see it suddenly just becomes still as its head kind of... and it starts to back away and things fall down behind me.
Yes!
As it is frightened.
Hell yes. And the echo that comes out is just the echoing words of like my telepathic fate wills it, and just as my necrotic shroud goes out.
Nice. So it is frightened. It's gonna have disadvantage on things.
Oh yeah, yep.
Advantage on others.
For 1 minute. Or no,
Is that a
it's
bonus action or an action to do that?
that was a bonus action for me. And it's
Follow up it
frightened-
with some smacks.
That's what I'll do. And then it's frightened until the end of my next turn. So throughout this whole thing, he's frightened. And
Yeah,
so
it'll
I'm-
have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and it can't move closer to you. But you can. You want advantage on these hits, but you can hit it.
Okay, after putting it out, I'm gonna rear back the mace and just charge at it. And for just a flat out attack, that is 17 plus 7. If that hits,
17 plus 7, that does hit.
24. And then, okay, and I'm going in for an attack.
Let's go.
Right, 1d. I'm just gonna roll 1d, roll 20 here. That's 13 on
13?
damage. Yes.
Okay.
Swing away, my friend. Follow through.
She's sort of swimming back away from you, and you form has changed, taller, lankier. The mace out, hit it in the smack in the face. Bunch of its razor sharp teeth break off and float in the water. Make another
Attack
hit.
again. Yeah, do
Here we
it.
go. That's 19 on the raw, so
That'll hit.
okay. And I'm going again for the thing. I actually took my dice out, so here we go. 1d8. Not that great, that's okay. That is... I do extra necrotic damage. I forgot, that's plus 3. Okay, wait. So
Okay.
the last attack would have been 16.
Okay.
And then this one will be 11. So 16 plus 11,
Nice.
He's looking real hurt.
27.
The contusions all around, the teeth getting broken and floating in the air, the scarring from the electrical attacks, like splitting open in the water, more of that inky, dark green and black smoke kind of going off all over the place as it's starting to retreat and back away from you, but you just keep going forward at it. All right, anyone else?
Nice.
Hit it with my Breath of the Dragon again.
Yeah, Breath of the Dragon again? Okay.
Same lightning damage.
It makes a deck save.
Dex save.
Yeah. 16.
So it takes 4 damage.
Okay. 4 damage. Anyone else?
I'm close enough to hit it with my spear as well.
Oh, does Luane have to make a con save?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you did hit
with
it twice.
Yep.
Well, they failed the first time, so no need.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
All right. I will not dispute you, Captain.
But for your spear, does it have a range of 10 feet?
I would more be using it like a stab.
Yeah, if it has a range of 10 feet, then
20,
don't think-
60. That's seconds.
That's thrown.
that's for you to throw it.
I don't think spears have reach.
Yeah, I think you just have to get in there and hit it.
Yeah, I mean, like, how close am I? Like, how close would I have to be?
Unless
That
it's...
close.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna just hit it with my, like, try to stab at it with my spear.
Okay. Also, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
That was a 14 plus 9. I can't do math.
Yeah, that hits.
Buttons.
I just love how this is our way of doing attacks. 14 plus 9. Yeah, that hits. Don't need the total number.
Constitution.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
That's it. 11.
Did you add a D4?
Oh.
I'm on that bliss.
13.
Same thing. You breathe in that inky blood as it stings the back of your larynx and cause you to cough in your water breathing, but you're still able to make purchase, and it's starting to retreat back into the depths. You are hurting it badly. It's screaming underwater. Its blood is blackened everywhere, but it's just hard not to breathe in all of that gross backwash of blood. But
It was 11 with spear damage.
11, okay.
Is
wanna
the blood that they're inhaling, like, doing anything?
Not yet. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know if I'm... I was curious because I was
know.
like, am I missing something?
This thing is struggling to keep itself up from, like, in the water. You see it trying to swim up and it's falling down. It's limping around, going back and forth, just like a fish that's about to be taken out. It's looking rough. Was that everybody?
Not me.
Oh my gosh.
Shit.
And not Hermitha.
And not Hermitha, okay.
You y'all staying.
So Torben will
saying no.
swim up to this frightened creature and swing recklessly without Great Weapon Master. That is a 9 plus a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
So that'll be 6, lightning, 12, 7, 19 total damage on the first hit.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
No, that's the damage. 19 damage.
Oh, 19 damage. Okay.
Second hit.
No
Maybe
need.
not.
Torben, the crit goddamn master. You want to
Beginning. So Torben will see it shrinking away, and he'll turn it around so it's the piercing side of the warhammer, and it's frightened away. It'll kind of anticipate its movement of dodging back and pierce the dome of it as Leptir thunderous goes, and it falls limp and just pulls out and that was gross.
Rage in the crack at the brain.
So as you, this thing's trying to squirm its way around, you just take the other side of Leptir with the dragon tooth coming out of the other side, and just give it a lobotomy as it.
And I'll leave it in, and then I'll start pulling it up to the shore as like a hook.
From the surface, Claire's going, don't hurt its brain! Don't hurt its brain! Don't hurt its brain!
The humanoid that's also underwater that was getting ready to strike and seemed to teleport over. As soon as you hit him with that final blow, the humanoid
Creepy.
just becomes limp and just.
Don't knock anything over behind you.
I'm not. Everything's
Stop
knocked
him leaning,
over.
and I was like, please, not my books, not my books.
Your books did not get touched. Just my stuff. So you're good. It was only my things that fell.
I'll point at the body and like motion them to bring that one up too.
I'll grab him.
Okay.
Pull him up out of the water. Like, how big is this thing?
Yeah, he was being mean to me.
It is large.
So
It is a large aberration. So
we'll
I'll
get
help.
stuffed into a bag of holding.
yeah, so it's not like a whale. like the equivalent of like 2 sea lions, maybe like stitched together, or maybe 3,
I hate that imagery.
size wise.
I think that while it's fresh, we should do the harvesting of the
Yeah.
brain and the piece because it'll just only get harder as it starts decaying, and I can maybe preserve it with some of my poisons and herbs and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that.
I'll leave the bag of holding so you can stuff all the chunks of all of it in there.
All right, well, Clara, doing the surgical procedure to try to get the aboleth brain out of its big head. You're going to make me a series of checks. These checks will determine how successfully... Yeah, you can.
Are you good at nature, or is this nature?
Well, the thing is, it depends. I'm
It'll be a
pretty
series
good
of checks. It'll
Yeah,
be...
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Torby together.
Yeah.
All right. One of you make me a nature check.
I have a +1.
That's better than me.
Okay.
So I will assist you so you can
I will assist.
go at advantage. Yeah.
11.
11. Okay. So you're trying to determine where the brain in this thing could be.
Oh.
You've never seen this aberration before. So you're trying to figure out, okay, Corbin made a massive wound with the hammer. Take it out. Incision, correct. It's a forceful incision.
Delicate.
He's a careful surgeon.
And so now you're just trying to figure out, okay, where is this brain? And Clara, are you doing the motions? So you kind of have your hands that are sort of affixed to your wings, and you just go into the big wound made from the hammer, and Torben kind of helps you to rip apart the thick hide of this fishy like hide, start ripping parts of it out. And you can see that there's a bit of a skull. It's like an elongated, almost like an alien sort of skull. And there's a bit of bone. But it's hard to know where the brain could be. This is where I'm going to have you make me a medicine check.
Oh, wow.
Is the skull big enough to fit through the bag of holding?
No.
Okay.
Question: would I be able to do a survival check based on like living in the forest when I was growing up and like having to have picked apart corpses before? If not, medicine will do. I'm not bad at that.
Yeah, I'll say that through maybe some taxidermy hobbies back in the day, that you just instinctually you're trying to determine where the brain in this thing could be from other amphibious deep sea monster type creatures that maybe you've come across. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I need that. 22.
22. So as the hide is kind of ripped away, revealing the skull, you just kind of not really sure where it is, and you're like, I think maybe here. And Tormund's like, great. Crack! And just wrecks it like a walnut as it splits open,
Gentle.
revealing the sort of pinky inky material underneath.
Pinky inky brain.
You know what's funny is that's probably how Clara would say, "Oh, the pinky inky parts were there."
100%. 100%.
The pinky inky flesh of the pink material of the brain, but the dark green and black oil secretion from the blood mixing in as it comes apart. Now this is going to be a dex check to see how carefully you can kind of split the skull and extract the brain and see how much intact it'll be.
Can I ask
I'm so
Torben to do it and be like, "Hey, I think that maybe," and like she'll hold the pieces and like, "Torby, I think this is where you come in because I don't think I'm strong enough," and have Torben do the motions for that part.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's a dexterity check. With help?
Yeah, does it still count as assisting?
The first one was better anyway, so 16 total.
Okay. Start to reach in the jagged pieces of the skull on either side. It's being very careful here as Clara sort of helps you split it open, and you start to take this thing out, the tendrils from it, attaching different parts of the insides. Careful, careful, careful. A little bit of a tear from the side of the skull rips off the side of it. And Claire's just like, no, over the side, over the side, over the side. And you feel a bit of a tug from the spinal column as you just do one giant rip it out. You do have the aboleth brain.
Oh my goodness.
And then can we start wrapping it in maybe some muslin cloth or something that I might have to just kind of like protect it as best we can before putting it in our suitcase? Our bag of holding.
What else did we need to
damn it.
harvest?
I like my suitcase.
I had to get it in there once today, I'm sorry.
Just start calling your bag of holding your suitcase.
I'm going to for the rest. Also attempt to harvest if there's any like poison or ichor leaking out, could I attempt to harvest that as well?
Yeah, you can make what do we do for this? I guess nature, dex, one of the two, to see how much you can kind of scrape off before it kind of seeps into the ground.
What else did we need to harvest?
Natural 20! Why do I roll natural 20s when it doesn't fucking matter? I'm
This
so
matters.
mad. It does.
You might
it
get
does.
some extra.
It does.
You
but
get
like I
4
want to do it
vials.
in battle one time.
You get 4 vials
Okay.
of the inky substance. I'm not
Okay.
really sure what benefits it has yet. Maybe a
That's
soul
okay.
let you know.
4 vials of pinky inky.
Just write it on the marker, Pinky.
Did I have it in here?
Oh god. But as far as I can remember, that was all she required.
She did, but we said that we would, if we brought her the whole body, we would get more money. So I start less discriminately chopping up pieces to put into our bag of holding, like an arm, a tendril, like not all of it, because we can only carry so much, but like maybe what I think would be the more valuable pieces.
Okay. So you start to sort of take apart this deep sea creature.
Clara's foraging.
Putting it all in this sort of stinky, not stinky inky. Wasn't gonna say it. This stinky flesh of like a fish-like material doesn't smell very good, but eventually you just kind of take in massive chunks into your bag of holding. They'll start to make it a bit bulbous and round.
Bulbous.
No, not in your suitcase.
What's on the dead guy? Like searching his body.
Searching his body as you've kind of taken him out. Make me investigation check.
It's just sadness and despair now.
Does someone want to help or look too?
I'll help out. I'll go over there and.
That was a 3 minus 2, so it's a 1.
Is that just an
I'll take a
investigation?
peek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. I don't think this guy probably has much pinky inkies, but.
Clara is so distracted by the pinky inky that she's not helping with.
17!
Oh, there you
17
go.
on the
17's good.
Pinky inky roll, yeah. Any pinky inkies? Not one?
What have I done? So you start to find, search through the body of this vessel. The shadow that was that was emanating off his sword and up his body has dissipated. Rifle through his things, you do find a couple scrolls. Seems to have been a sorcerer of some kind.
They're inkies if they're not pinky.
God damn it!
I'm sorry, I'm done. My intrusive thoughts, they're winning.
Ew.
Why am I like this? Okay. You find a scroll of mirror image. and darkness.
Cool. Torben's gonna go for a swim, looking for bodies of past adventurers.
All right, make me another perception investigation.
I will do that as well now. Can I do that?
Perception. 15. Oh wait. Oh. 16.
16.
Claire, what'd you get?
Even with my +8, I rolled 10.
Oh.
10. As you both dive down and go further down deep, you turn on your little light sources. And yeah, you see a lot of skeletons and dead bodies, all with frayed material on them, sort of floating in the water. A lot of them on the bed of the ground. You're looking around, a lot of the weapons are rusted and a bit unusable. Except, Torben, you do see a little glint of something kind of wedged between a couple of rocks. And as you kind of reach in, it looks like kind of a collection of bright aqua blue crystals. At first glance, it looks like the phosphorescence and coral reef that were embedded in the rock. And it has this wood that kind of wraps around it with like multiple little tendrils that kind of weave at the top of it and surround it. You reach in and pull it out of the rocks. And it's a small staff. Not Gandalf sized, like a bit smaller, like yeah, like probably if you held it up to your shoulder, it'd come down just to your mid thigh. Has a bunch of these light blue sort of veins that wrap around it that end with little balls at the end of them. And it has a bit of a metal coupling on near the end of the staff, wrapping around it. That's about it.
Do we think... Stop it. Do we think...
What did I do now? What did I do
A staff with blue veins and balls.
God damn it.
That's what I was writing down in my notes.
Right. This is quite large.
I don't know, looks me-sized.
The pinky inky stuff.
Pinky inky stuff.
Pinky inky scepter is insane.
Pinky inky
With blue veins, it's insane.
Do you think Hermitha would have detect magic?
I think she'd like it.
Hermitha would be sick of our shit.
Yes, you would.
I don't think she would have detect magic. I don't think she has detect magic, as far as I remember. But we can.
Didn't she
we can
cast
her off in a
it?
corner.
Didn't she cast it in the library or the Woodrow?
God, I don't remember now.
Or did you cast it?
No, I
know
don't have it. Unless maybe I had it at one point and then got rid of it. I'll look back in my notes.
Because there might be magic items and I want to find them.
I was gonna say, can I hold it and feel if there's like a magical vibration based on like my experience?
Ew. I'm sorry.
Did you just say what I think you said?
I did. I'm trying to get over it. I'm trying to get over it. We can't air this episode at all.
We haven't said anything really. Like it's all implied.
Kevin, does your staff has magical vibration?
No, there's nothing. Not at all.
I think we might want to leave that in the water.
I don't like
I
this.
think this was a personal item. I don't know. I don't think we want to attune to this one, guys.
I'm dying! I'm the one being killed by the avalanche!
Psychic damage.
Oh, it's all psychic
damage.
No, it doesn't vibrate!
Okay, thank you.
I wish I had better described. Thank you.
I wish we weren't children, but here we are.
Just shove it in the bag. Just shove it in there.
In the suitcase.
You know what?
We climb our way out. We're good.
Oh no!
That's where we're gonna end the stream.
Tobin, what did you grab?
We're ending the session with Torben underwater. He's staying.
I need Chelsea help.
You'd be mortified with what we found.
Actually, Chelsea would probably be just on top of this, just like everybody else.
1,000%.
Above board, yeah.
All right. My lungs can't take it anymore. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I hope you laughed with us and not at me. But
Healthy balance. Healthy balance.
have a great rest of your Sunday. Thank you so much for hanging out with us once again. Thank you to these lovely players. Chelsea, we miss you so much. We will see you soon. Have a great, happy holidays, everyone. The holidays are coming. And we will see you next time. Same nerd channel. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Heard I want to eat your knowledge. It was like, PTSD.
But
Can't save
Can
it.
I talk?
yeah, like
Rise up.